Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa hlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. So today the talk is going to be about Omar radiallahu anhu. So do any of you know anything about him? Yeah.
He's the second in rank of the Sahabis.
Yeah.
No, that was him.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He was the Khalif, I think.
Yeah. Which Khalif was he?
The second one?
Yeah.
What's a guess? He died in Medina.
Stop looking at my screen. Okay. Does anyone know anything about him?
He's an inspiration. He's an inspiration to other Muslims.
Okay, you can sit over there now.
You let him sit there.
Okay, I'll just put it like this. Okay, so do any of you know what he was like his nickname, like what he was called? So he was called Umar the Great, and he was a really strong believer, and he was a really strong leader, and he made the Muslims very successful in many things. So before he was a Muslim, he believed in idolism, and when he was a Muslim, he would reflect on how he would make statues or idols out of dates, and then when he was hungry, he would eat them. So, yeah, fun fact. And when he was younger, he learnt martial arts, horseback riding, and wrestling. So that was why he was a very tall and strong person, and many people feared him. So does anyone know how he turned Muslim? Very young.
Someone inspired him.
Who inspired him?
A prophet.
Okay, so basically, a non-believer told Umar radiallahu anhu that to kill Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but then one of the non-believers said, you shouldn't go and kill Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You should go and kill your sister and your son-in-law and your brother-in-law because they are Muslims. So he went to the house to deal with them, and then once he was there, his sister was reciting the Quran, and then he would beat up his brother-in-law, and Umar would stop because Umar radiallahu anhu's sister told him to stop because she was crying, and he realized that when he hit her, she started to bleed. So then he felt really guilty, so then he decided to listen to the Quran, and then he was really inspired by the Quran, so then he turned Muslim. So after he became Muslim, he asked the Prophet why Muslims couldn't pray openly, because many Muslims were tortured and beaten up because they would accept Islam, like Bilal radiallahu anhu, because he was a slave and then he got beaten up really severely. Yeah. So then Omar threatened anyone who would go out and hurt the Muslims when they were praying. He said to them, if you would beat the Muslims up while they were praying, no one could stop me apart from Allah. And as everyone knows that Umar fought in major battles. Do anyone know the major battles he fought in? Anyone else?
Battle of Badr.
Yeah. And which are the battles?
Uhud.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
What name is it?
And they lost the Battle of Uhud because the men on the hill did not listen to the Prophet's orders. So the Prophet said, even if we're winning the battle, we should not go off the hill, or because there was men around the back that could kill the Muslims. And many people didn't have many people didn't have the privilege of reading and reading in Makkah, because many people couldn't afford it. So Omar was one of those who could write and read. Does anyone know how Umar radiallahu anhu died?
Didn't he get assassinated?
Yeah, he got assassinated when he was praying Fajr. A man, he came with a dagger with poison on it and stabbed him in the back.
What's a dagger?
A dagger is like a small big knife.
Small. A small version of a big knife. A small version of a knife.
No, knives are small.
Small version of a sword.
Yes.
Daggers like this big.
Yeah. Does anyone know? Does anyone know the surah which made him convert to Islam?
Taha.
Yeah, the first verse of Surah Taha.
Alaikum salam.
So before he became a Muslim, he hated the Prophet ﷺ because he was angry and he wanted to kill him so much because he denied what his forefathers believed in. So then he wanted to kill him so much. So when he converted, he made a major change in his life to make the Muslims succeed in many things. Does anyone know where Omar radiallahu anhu was buried after his death? Tariq.
In the grave.
No.
Which masjid?
Medina next to.
No, please. No, but which one?
So yeah, which one?
I know. Yeah.
Yeah,
Next to the Prophet.
yeah.
On the left. Abu Bakr.
Next to Abu Bakr Siddiq.
Yes.
What is this?
Does anyone know how long his reign was when he was a Khalif?
70 years.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. No, sorry, it was. I think it was. Sorry, it was 3 years. Yes, 3.
From
Yeah.
17 to 3, Omar.
Yeah, sorry, I read it wrong.
Walaikum salam.
Walaikum assalam.
And when he was non-Muslim, he buried his own daughter, because that's what the people buried her alive when she was very young.
Was
Was
that
she
the
like
law?
7?
No, that's religion. وقت تم قريش.
It's because that's what they would do back then. Because they would think that men, they would think that sons, sons and men were superior. Yeah, and they wouldn't.
We basically had a brutal history.
Yeah, technically.
Fought in many battles.
Yeah. Yeah. Can I end it there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any questions, everyone?
Yeah. About
Yeah. What's your question?
when was he born?
He was born on. Wait, where he was born or when?
When he was born?
He was born.
November.
He was no. Just be quiet, please. He was born. He was born on November the 7th.
I think you just answered my question.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Your question.
When did he become a Sahabi?
He became a. What do you mean?
Because he was a non-believer before.
Yeah.
But when did he become a Sahabi?
Yeah. So, what age or
What age?
what? I think he was
You
around.
think?
I think he was around, like, when he was 20. Yeah. No, I think when he was 30 years old. Mm.
Do you spell his name as Omar or Umar?
Umar.
But most people spell their name as Omar. Omar.
No, it's not Omar. It's Omar.
Okay.
Any more questions?
Umar.
Any more questions? Oh, yes. I'll end it. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna end my talk now. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.